Hey, Angel, I'm Stan Fitzgerald. I'm the Chief Political Advisor with Veterans for America First. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself and your background and the office you're running for at State House in Georgia?
Yes. Hello, Stan. My name is Angel Nunez. I'm 27 years old. I'm a veteran of the United States Marine Corps. I'm a father of two, and I have a commercial airline that I work with. I'm aviation maintenance technician, so I do repair on component level items. I do test and repair at the bench, and other I guess customer ordering and repair for them as well. So a little bit about myself. I was born here in Georgia. I'm the youngest of four children, two boys, and then a girl senior to me. And I have, like I said, my two kids, one boy, one girl. My boy is 3 in June, and my daughter is going to be 5 here coming up. 5 months, sorry, 5 months old. And a little bit about the office that I'm seeking is the state representative position for the southeast part of what they consider Atlanta Metro. It's called Nunez, is the main city that everyone goes by. It's a very, very conservative district, about 60, 40, and it bounces around, but not too much. Pretty consistently conservative, one of the most in the state. And the incumbent has been there for approximately 26 years, uncontested each time. And everyone that I speak to, their sentiment is it's time for change, and it's time for somebody that actually has a vested interest in our community. Young children going to our schools, actually partaking in local community engagements, and so on and so forth, where they want engaged leadership, and they want somebody that isn't entrenched. They want somebody that isn't going along to get along, and we're glad to be that candidate for that. Like I said, when I speak to everybody, they're on the same sentiment. Even personal friends that've been friends with her for 30, 40 years, kind of say, I'm not going to tell you I'm voting for you, and I'm not going to tell her I'm voting for her. But it's time we make some change. A little bit about the incumbent. She has voted consistently with the leadership, not necessarily with the voters, what the voters want. And her big claim to fame happens with natural resources and being able to get
Who is the incumbent?
Lynn Smith.
Oh, okay. She's a
Yep.
Kemp one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're just to clarify, you're a Trump guy.
Absolutely. I voted. I didn't vote at all in the 2016 primaries. I just wasn't engaged. I wasn't involved with anything. I was just minding to my own. But as I was transitioning out of the military, I started to learn more, got more inquisitive, and 2020 or 2018 primary, 2020 voted. Coming up in this primary, be voting as well. 2020 was vote for Trump. Absolutely. It same thing with this. There was the bull in the china shop that we needed, and America First policies where we can have actual, hey, let's get some more. Some of the most impressive things were initially he called in a lot of CEOs, a lot of executives, and pretty much threatened them, saying, if you don't manufacture here, like Ford and some of the other car manufacturer dealers, we're going to just start charging you extra for it. And lo and behold, we get more jobs here. So absolutely,
Sure.
That's what we need.
And are there any other Republican candidates in your primary, or is it just you against the incumbent?
Myself, just against the incumbent.
Okay. And can you tell us a little bit about your 3 major platform issues?
Absolutely. So parental rights, either in education, sports, in general, too much government entities are making their way into every aspect of everyone's life, from the Department of Public Health, masking your children for whatever reason they want to claim they have authority over. And then you move over to small businesses we saw the destruction that a lot of small businesses had, where they were forced to close, but the Walmarts, Amazons, all those could be wide open, delivering, making the most amount of revenue that they've ever had, while you had to apply, you had to wait, and if you even got on approval, you got enough to cover your payroll, and that was it. And obviously, that's just unfair, and a lot of small businesses closed. But the good thing about our community is we did see a lot of small businesses open during the pandemic and have actually thrived from just the sense of the community wanting to support local, and that's been outstanding. And then our veterans benefits, we have a neat benefit is we have a driver's license for life. We don't have to renew here. For a veteran's benefit, there was a recent tax cut, or a tax up to a certain income level for your retirement if you were a retired veteran. Bringing more and more programs like that to encourage more veterans to live here, to return here after service, is because we're good, strong, foundation-based, moral. It's what we were taught in the military and basic training and at home, and just continue bringing more and more of that. Unfortunately, we have a lot of Hollywood studios that are making their way, and we can see the impact on this side of the country, where a lot of these transient workers, they don't care. We're recruiting the wrong demographic over this way.
So let me ask you about your position on President Trump. You already said you were a Trump voter and supporter. Do you support his ticket here in Georgia? As far as
Yes,
David
absolutely.
Perdue,
Yes.
John Gordon, Burt Jones. Okay.
Herschel Walker.
Okay. I like to ask the Georgia candidates that specific question. And could you just tell us a little bit? You said you're a Marine Corps veteran. Could you tell us a little bit about your service?
Yes, sir. So 2012, I actually enlisted not enlisted, I signed up for the delayed entry program, which allowed me at 17 to almost guarantee a spot in a work field, because I wanted to make sure I had some kind of work afterwards, because I didn't know if I was going to retire or do one and out. So I decided on an aviation as basic electronics, or a broad MOS is what it was. So after graduating high school, I went to Parris Island for recruit training, successfully completed recruit training, and then went on to my A school and C schools. My first one was at NAS Pensacola, which was the longer of the two courses, and it went over the basics of electronics, troubleshooting, repair, all the book side of the training. And then for my hands-on training, I went to Cherry Point, North Carolina for a few months and did all the hands-on. That's where I actually got to see the IFF, the transponders, the receivers, transmitters, all those actual components I was going to be working on. And then after completing that, went to the fleet station in Marine Corps Station Yuma, Arizona, which is one of the training bases for Miramar and Pendleton. That's where they send all the aircraft to train, do their pre-deployment training, so on and so forth. So we maintain not only our aircraft, but also the transient aircraft that came by, fueling, parts, and supplied night vision goggles, so on and so forth, per the MOS. And did 2 deployments, one with the LHD Boxer and one with the LHA America. Both were Marine Expeditionary Units in the 5th Fleet Area of Operations. One of them was in support of Operation Inherent Resolve, and all my time was on ship because I was a maintainer of parts. There was no reason for me to go out anywhere, but we did have Marines that were flown out to Kuwait, Qatar, just for more training and staging and part of the deployment. And returning stateside, I had achieved black belt in the Marine Corps martial arts program, and that's one step below instructor, where you got to go up to Virginia for that portion. I also have I achieved the they call it collateral duty inspector, which was the equivalent to a quality assurance rep or quality controller for the specific work center that we worked in. So we managed the production, we managed intake of parts, outtake of parts, and ensuring all the processes and the local procedures were followed to the appropriate standard. And then in 2018, I decided I wasn't going to re-enlist. I just didn't like what I was seeing as far as local command. And as we can see with some of the social training, social engineering that they're doing in the military now, I saw early signs of that, and I said, that's not for me. I'm here to work. I'm not here to be trained, this kind of stuff.
Right.
So I decided not to. And before I transitioned out, I got my commercial driver's license and a cell tower technician course, because I wanted to ensure that I had some career path to make sure I could work somewhere leaving, and had a successful interview with the cell tower. Ericsson was the company. Had an interview with them, but had a kind of, oh, we have to send you to training first, so we'll put you in queue, and once that's available, we'll complete that out. And actually, around that same time, I got another interview with a small repair station here in Atlanta, and they were the obvious choice because that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been trained and excelled in. So I went ahead and went to work for them and continued working there, and eventually made my way up to another airliner, which is the Delta Airlines, and have been working there as a contractor for about 2.5 years, and then as an actual employee for about 6 months, and have been doing the same thing I was doing, but in the private industry, and just continued those skills on.
Well, very good. We appreciate your service and everything you've done. I wish you the best of luck with this campaign here. I'm going to send this video over to our board for review to vote on. You're a good candidate. You're a Trump candidate, so I like you. So I will vote for you, but there's a process that it goes through. So you will hear soon from our chairman, Vlad Lemets, and he'll get back to you. And thank you for your time, my friend.
Absolutely.
Oh, and before we sign off, could you please recite the oath there that's in your email?
Yes.
And just raise your right hand. Oh, I got to do it on video though, if you can.
Okay.
If you
Let
can't, I can
me-
read it to you.
Yeah, that'll work best. Read it to me, please.
Okay, so I repeat your name.
I, Angel Nunez,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties
of the office on which I'm about to enter, so help me God.
on the office of which I'm about to enter, so help me God.
Well, thank you so much, Angel, and we'll get this over to the board for review.
Outstanding, Stan. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem, brother. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you. Bye.
You're welcome.